Hey, everybody, thank you very much for joining me on this Friday, June 14th, 2019, for Amazon Sellers Breaking News. My name is CJ Rosenbaum. I'm one of the two founding partners of Rosenbaum Familara, the law firm behind AmazonSellersLawyer.com, the #1 depository in the entire world for free information for Amazon sellers. Also, at this law firm, we were built and founded upon the concept that Amazon sellers need someone to speak with when they're having an issue with Amazon. And we provide that to sellers all over the world, 7 days a week. So if you have any issue, call this number behind me, 8779-SELLERS. You get to speak with me or a member of our team about whatever issues you are facing with no charge. There's no consultation fee. We are also, as far as I am aware, the most reviewed law firm on the planet. And I want to thank everyone for your great reviews. And if you like this video, please like it, share it, leave me a Facebook review that you learned something from it. It helps tremendously. Okay, first news story of the day. Dozens of intellectual property right complaints with no problem, and boom, one more IP complaint causes the account to go down. Large sellers, you are experiencing it, and I hope you don't experience it too much more, that you have possibly dozens and dozens of intellectual property right complaints and they haven't caused you any aggravation. Ty, thank you very much for watching in. And all of a sudden, one more and your entire account goes down. We saw this in July, I think it was 2016 or so, right around the 4th of July holiday, where we had a lot of calls of humongous sellers who had complaint after complaint after complaint, had no effect on their business. They were making Amazon a ton of money, and then all of a sudden they got one more IP complaint and the accounts went down. We were very successful back then at getting these sellers reinstated by attacking the complaints, most recent first, and we had some traction, then going back to Amazon with a great plan of action getting you reinstated. So we expect the same to happen, but I just want you to be aware of it. We're seeing it again, nowhere near as extensive as July of 2016. But we are seeing these calls coming in. So if you're a large seller and you have IP complaints, I can't implore on you enough that you should deal with the IP complaints before it's a problem, before your account goes down. It's much easier to negotiate for withdrawals of those complaints, for retractions of those complaints. It's not an emergency. If the brands want to make you an authorized seller, or if they just want to, you need to persuade them that you're not violating anybody's IP rights. It's much easier to do when it is not an emergency. Callie, thank you for joining in from Australia. I loved seeing you at Retail Global in Gold Coast, and thank you very much for watching Amazon Sellers Breaking News. Okay, second breaking news story. Related account suspension increases. We've been talking about this for a couple of days this week. We continue to get calls. It is both from people creating new accounts who used to have accounts in the past and stopped selling, or their partners had accounts, their friends had accounts, their spouses, their employees, but these are up. And they are also up for Amazon sellers who are creating additional accounts to go into Q4, try and get more shelf space on Amazon. So if you're doing it, you better be very, very careful. We only know a handful of the ways that they link related accounts to each other, but Amazon keeps that stuff secret. They're really smart people. So make sure you do everything separate. Name, address, entity, MAC, IP address. You got to treat it like it's a totally different business, different location, never screwed up by logging onto both accounts with your phones. And this is just some of the ways that we know that Amazon links accounts. So if you're going to do it, be incredibly careful about opening different accounts. Okay, third story of the day. There's definitely also an increase in review manipulation suspensions, okay? So if you are asking for reviews, you can't ask for a great review. You have to do it generically. You have to give the consumer the opportunity to leave both a great review and a bad review. You cannot send them to different places. If you're going to leave a great review, click here. If you're going to leave an offer review, click there. You can't incentivize reviews. And if you need some more guidance on how to properly or limit your risk when you're trying to build up the reviews, give us a call, 8779-SELLERS. We'll do our best to give you some guidance. There's also a lot of great information out there Again, I'd recommend page.1 for reviews and teaching you how to do it. But you got to be very, very careful when you're looking for reviews, not to violate Amazon's policies, because they're just coming down really hard on these, and they are kind of difficult cases to get your account back on. Okay, fourth story in today's breaking news, and please stick around for the fifth. The fifth breaking news story has to do with sellers fighting back. But the fourth news story, Devoted Creations and other brands in health and beauty categories. They are increased. It seems to come in waves, but the amount of BS complaints, Kevin, thank you very much for joining us. The amount of BS counterfeit complaints in the health and beauty category is increasing. It's always been really high for health and beauty. Johnny B is one that stands out to me. They just assert what I consider to be entirely baseless complaints against third-party sellers. If you receive these complaints, give us a call. We'll talk you through. A lot of them are entirely baseless if you're selling genuine products, but you need to know if you're in health and beauty, there are certain brands out there that will just consistently make complaints unless you stand firm and stand tall and show sellers strength, which leads us into the fifth story of the day, sellers fighting back. Sellers, you have power out there. First news, sellers who have been sued. The vast majority of litigation against sellers by large brands comes out of the Northern District of Illinois. That is the federal courthouse in Chicago. And why the cases are being brought there is, one, because some of the firms that are very prolific in bringing these cases, GBC, Gulbranson, a lawyer named Voigt, they're all in Chicago, so they bring the cases there. Also, the bench, the judges out there are really open to issuing temporary restraining orders that freezes your account, freezes your money, freezes your inventory. So it's become a really good venue for brands to seek just shutting everything down and then litigating the issues. So the breaking news part is sellers are getting sued more and more, and that's bad. But the good news is that we have been tremendously successful in settling these claims against Amazon sellers for pennies on the dollar, sometimes for zero. Now, that doesn't mean we'll be able to resolve your case for pennies on the dollar or for zero, but Travis Stockman, who's our managing attorney when it comes to litigation, has done an absolutely incredible job. Travis, you rock. So if you have been sued, and it doesn't matter where you live, you could be in the United States, you could be in Europe, you can be in China. If you have been sued by a brand alleging counterfeit or trademark infringement or any claims against you, give us a call for a free consultation. We have been, or Travis has been, tremendously successful at settling these cases. Okay, second news on Amazon sellers fighting back. If you have been accused by Devoted Creations, by Johnny B, by health and beauty category brands, or any other brand, if you have been accused of selling counterfeit products and you didn't do it, okay, you may have a claim against that brand for your lost sales. You may have a claim against that brand for the diminution in the value of your account, especially if you're planning on selling your Amazon-based business. It's defamation per se, defamation, and tortious interference with contract. And we have videos on this on our website right now where you can learn about your rights as an Amazon seller who received a false complaint of selling counterfeit goods. Okay, that is Amazon sellers breaking news for Friday, June 14th, 2019. Thank you everyone who joined us live. This will be posted on our Facebook page indefinitely. And if you have any questions or concerns, call me, write me. We are here for sellers. Have a great weekend. I hope you have great sales on this great summer weekend. Thank you.